Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Barry Norman on behalf of Investing.com, and welcome to our class on how to store your cryptocurrency safely. Now, today's class is part of our 5-part series on cryptocurrency, and this is the third of that class series, and we'll be repeating them throughout the next few months. But also, if you want to see those other classes, wait a short while, and you'll be receiving an email from Investing.com giving you the links to those classes once we have them edited and posted. Because you just can't learn everything there is about this whole entire new field in one class. I mean, you can't just read an article or two on, some financial paper and master cryptocurrency, because it's new to all of us. And the basics of cryptocurrency is a digital currency recorded in a ledger of accounts and transactions between peers using a system of verification and encryption. Transactions are made by sharing public passwords attached to a private and encrypted digital wallet. And that's what we're going to be talking about today, is digital wallets. Each password relates back to a block of transactions on a digital ledger called a blockchain and represents a specific amount of digital coins. Now, in today's class, we're going to use the word digital coins, cryptocurrency, crypto coins, and Bitcoin to represent this entire field. Now, Bitcoin, as we all know, is the most well-known and the largest traded or bought cryptocurrency out there. It started this revolution in 2009. But the fact is, Bitcoin has become similar to Windex and glass cleaner, or tissue and Kleenex, where it's become the brand names become the universal name for the generic product. So in this class, a lot of times I'll be saying the word Bitcoin, but I'm referring to the whole digital coin market. It's just a saying digital coins or cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is very difficult to say. And when you say it over and over and over in a class, and so like I said, you'll know the difference when I'm referring to specific Bitcoin or altcoins, or when I'm talking about the generic Bitcoin. So cryptocurrency is essentially a digital ledger of transactions secured by cryptographic codes that act as a decentralized currency, which can be exchanged between peers by sharing public passwords that relate back to digital wallets. A digital currency used to make payments of any value without fees. It runs on the blockchain, a decentralized ledger kept running by miners whose powerful computers crunch transactions and are rewarded in bitcoins. Cryptocurrency is a form of digital money that is designated or designed to be secure and in many cases anonymous. It is a currency associated with the internet that uses cryptography. Cryptography was born out of the need for secure communication in the Second World War. It has evolved in the digital era with elements of mathematical theory and computer science to become a way to secure communications, information, and money online. Now, Bitcoin has a range of uses, including funding companies, investing cash, transferring money without fees. It is commonly associated, and this is a fallacy, and I should take it out. It used to be that one of the fears that they would put in all of us, it is commonly associated with criminal activities such as drug dealing, cybercrime, and money laundering. So it can be nearly impossible to tie a Bitcoin wallet to one individual user. But the fact is, having a Bitcoin wallet and having your coins stored there, if you have no real world use for them, or that real world use requires you to give identification, how much crime is involved. A guy dealing cocaine, the end user somewhere down the road's got 1 million Bitcoins that are worth tons of money, but how does he use that money? So it's just something that people tried to scare us with. So just like any other currency, from the US dollar to money in your PayPal account, currency primarily has value because we are willing to give it value, or we all agree it has a value. a limited supply, a demand for it, and use value in an economy that accepts it in the terms of exchange value because there is work behind it. Now, the same is true for cryptocurrency. It has little inherent use value, with the same being true of a bank credit in a bank account, but it nonetheless has value in the modern economy. We agree it has value for whatever set of reasons. Okay. We don't need to go into why it actually has value. That gets very complicated. Okay. And we do discuss that in other webinars, but tonight we want to get on to wallets. So thus it can be traded for other things of real value, such as real-world goods and services. Now, with that in mind, although it is like centrally backed, it is like centrally backed state-issued fiat currencies in many ways, there are notable differences. The main difference being it isn't backed by a central government, it isn't regulated by a central bank, and you can't use it to pay your taxes, as it's not legal tender. So, what are the terms we need to understand about cryptocurrency? These are blockchain, miners, wallets, and exchanges. Well, in our first two webinars of the series, we spent a lot of time dealing with blockchain and miners. Today's class, we are going to be primarily concerned with wallets, because you have to understand what they are, how they work, and no matter whether you're trading, your margin trading, whether you're buying, whether you want to invest, whether you want to get involved in an ICO, it all comes back to wallets. Now, cryptocurrency uses specialized technology to let users make secure payments and store money without the need for the use of their names or go through a bank. They run on a distributed ledger system called blockchain, which is a record of all transactions updated and held by all currency holders. Okay. So as I said again, we're not going to discuss the actual functioning of a blockchain. It moves the transactions. So to enter the world, the crypto world, you need to learn about exchanges. We have a class dedicated to understanding exchanges. Okay. But once you've decided that you want to enter the crypto revolution, and this doesn't make a difference how, okay, you just want to get involved. You need to decide whether you want to be an investor, a trader, or a speculator, or if you just want a new payment method. We'll discuss a lot of these in our class on October 6th, which we did on October 6th, is how to profit from the crypto revolution. But one of the best ways to learn about cryptocurrency is to see a real-world example. So let's say Joe wants to buy a pizza from Jane with a hypothetical cryptocurrency called Berrycoin. So in order for Joe Joe transfers one Berrycoin, he sends out a transaction to every member of the blockchain. And what he does is he puts in Joe's address and one Bitcoin and one Berrycoin, and it goes through this entire mining process, and then it goes out, sends out that transaction to every member of the chain. In simple terms, this is a message to everyone with Berrycoin account stating that he is transferring one Berrycoin to Jane. Now, in this event, Joe and Jane don't exist as Joe and Jane. Joe is actually 174624754, and Jane is 174744213. And basically 172467443 is sending one Bitcoin to 17642. But in essence, it's Joe buying a pizza and sending the money to Jane. To keep their identity safe, Joe uses a unique encrypted code that acts as ID for his Berrycoin account and Jane's Berrycoin account. These accounts are often called addresses. Usually, Joe and Jane will be using software to enable these transactions and to manage their accounts in what is called a cryptocurrency wallet. Okay. Now, when we do this, everyone in the Berrycoin network will receive the transaction with Joe that Joe sends out. Then, all of the Berrycoin miners, special members of the network who invest computational efforts into verifying Berrycoin transactions, compete to add the transaction to the ledger. In order to add the transaction, they have to solve a complex mathematical problem with the help of computers. This prevents Joe and Jane from being the one to write and record the transaction. The first one to solve the problem sends out a message to everyone who owns that kind of coin and declares that the transaction has been added. Everyone in the community then updates their ledger, and everybody has this transaction. And this transaction is permanent. To be safe, Joe and Jane wait until the transaction is completed before exchanging the real-world product or service. This helps some potentially scammy things like double sending and things like that. But a transaction is usually completely completed in under 10 minutes. So once the transfer is recorded in the ledger, the transaction is permanent. There is no way to recover lost funds or funds transferred in error. Jane gives Joe the pizza and then that he is now paid for, and the process is complete. So as different than credit cards or checks, there's no stop payments. There's no stopping. There's no credit check. There is a credit check, but there is no reversals. There's no anything. Okay. If the money is sent to the wrong address, guess what? It's gone forever. So if you write down Jane's address as 12747474774, and you type it in as 12747474775 and send out that money, it's gone. It leaves your account. It can't make it to anybody else's account on the other side except some general, and there's nobody for you to get in touch with. There's nobody for you to deal with. Okay, it is gone. There's no way for you to even contact that account holder because there is no way for you to send a message to that account holder. So this is one problem, but it's also a positive because God knows how many times in the real world you take a check from somebody and they don't have the money in the account, or they stop payment on the check, or it's a forged check or a stolen check, or you go somebody with a credit card and then they do a chargeback on you, and these things don't happen. Now, we have to talk about wallets because this transaction took place in a wallet. What's a wallet? It's simply like your wallet that you're sitting on. But the best way I explain it to you, it's like your savings account at the bank. Plain and simple. There's the difference between the Bitcoin exchange, or the Bitcoin, the blockchain, and a bank account is that, number one, your bank account is tied back to all your personal details, and each bank doesn't share their data with all the other banks. So if all the banks in the U.S. would share, around the world would share all their data and all their account numbers with everybody, and each transaction would get dropped into one great big centralized bank, well, that would almost be like a blockchain. So your wallet is where you store your currency. A crypto wallet is a software program that stores private and public keys and interacts with various blockchains to enable users to send and receive digital currency and monitor their balance. If you want to use Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency, you will need to have a digital wallet. Now, one of the most important things, there is no Bitcoin coins. There's not a mint producing coins. There's no physical coin. It is a digital coin, which means it is just a set of data. And this data must be stored somewhere. So millions of people use cryptocurrency wallets, but there is considerable misunderstanding about how they work. Unlike traditional pocket wallets, digital wallets don't store currency. In fact, currencies don't get stored in any single location or exist anywhere in any physical form. All that exists are records of transactions stored on the blockchain. Cryptocurrency wallets, and like I said, that word cryptocurrency is a lot to say. Bitcoin wallets are software programs that store your public and private keys and interface with the various blockchain so users can monitor their balance, send money, and conduct other operations, just like your savings account. When a person send you Bitcoins or any other type of digital currency, they are essentially signing off ownership of a coin or a part of coin to your wallet's address. To be able to spend those coins and unlock the funds, the private key stored in your wallet must match the public address the currency is assigned to. If the public and private keys match, the balance in your digital wallet will increase. Now, there's nothing you have to do. Okay, you have your wallet, and it's at a specific address. If you are going to send me a half a Bitcoin, I give you my address. And it's not an email address. You put it into your wallet to say send money to this address or to this key, and it sends it out through the blockchain. And it filters through the blockchain and then gets dropped into if everything matches, it all gets dropped into my account. When that occurs, it becomes a permanent transaction. To be able to spend those coins and unlock the funds, the private key stored in your wallet must match the public address the currency is assigned to. If public and private keys match, the balances in your digital account will increase and the senders will decrease accordingly. There is no actual exchange of real coins. The transaction is signified merely by a transaction record on the block coin and a change in balance in your cryptocurrency wallet. Now, that being said, no different than your bank, whether you deal with a savings and loan, whether you deal with all those different names of banks. Okay, there are all kinds of banks. You're deciding what brand. If you want to deal with HSBC, or you want to deal with Lloyd's, or you want to deal with the Bank of America, well, you make those decisions based on their offerings, their location, what type of bank they are. And you have to make those decisions. Well, in most banks, we either see an advert or you know the bank, or you're going to bank with the guy down in your local corner. Well, this is the internet. There is no local corner. So there are several types of wallets that provide different ways to store and access your digital currency. Wallets can be broken down into 3 distinct categories. Okay? And this is what most crypto investors and speculators don't realize, that there are different types of wallets with different types of storage, different types of security, and different complexities. So if you're going to own 1 or 2 Bitcoins, yeah, you want them relatively safe, but if you're going to own thousands of Bitcoins that you're going to be trading and investing in, you want a lot of safety. I mean, it's the difference between protecting your gold watch and those 1,000 gold ingots you've been buying over the years to put away for retirement. So we have software, hardware, and paper. Software wallets can be desktop, mobile, or online. So what are the different types of wallets? Well, let's start with the most simple, desktop. These wallets are downloaded and installed on a PC or laptop. They are only accessible from the single computer in which they are downloaded. Desktop wallets offer the highest level of security. However, if your computer is hacked or gets a virus, there is a possibility that you may lose all of your funds, because the only place this data is on your computer, and it is completely your responsibility. Then we have mobile wallets. These are the most popular. And today we have downloadable or a PC app that you can log in through and use your mobile device also. Mobile wallets run on an app on your phone and are useful because they can be used anywhere, including retail stores. Mobile wallets are usually much smaller and simpler than desktop wallets because of the limited space available on a mobile. Okay. But mobile wallets are the least secure. So imagine it's the difference between the money you have in your savings account, the money you have in your bank account, and the money you have in your wallet in your back pocket. Which is the least secure at all times? The money in your back pocket. But you need that readily accessible. So you can have multiple wallets. Okay. Doesn't mean you can have only one wallet, and you can move funds between one to the next to the next. Okay. And there is no fee for these. So wallets differ from hardware wallets differ from software wallets in that they store a user's private key on a hardware device like a USB. It's like those little things you plug into any computer anywhere that give you access. Like my bank accounts with HSBC, I have a little encrypted device that I must, even though I can log in, I can't log in. I go to the website, I can see my account, but I can't do anything until I stick this digital key into any computer I'm accessing it from. Okay, it's what identifies me. Although hardware wallets make transactions online, they are stored offline, which delivers increased security. Hardware wallets can be compatible with several web interfaces and can support different currencies. It just depends on which one you decide to use. What's more, making a transaction is easy. Users simply plug in their device to any internet-enabled computer or device, enter a PIN, and send a currency and confirm. Hardware wallets make it possible to easily transact while also keeping your money offline and away from danger. Again, if you have, I say that when I started buying Bitcoins, and I'm not an investor, I started buying Bitcoins several years ago only to learn to teach classes. And I would open up different wallets and go through different exchanges to see how they were done. And Bitcoin was, a couple $100. And after a while, I accumulated a couple of them. Well, today with them trading at close to, $3,000 to $5,000, and you have 4 or 5 of them, all of a sudden you have a lot of money. You want to keep that very, very safe. Okay. Now, we get very safe by going to paper wallets. And these are used and provide a very high level of security. While the term paper wallet can simply refer to a physical copy or printout of your public and private keys, it can also refer to a piece of software that is used to securely generate a pair of keys which are then printed. Using a paper wallet is relatively straightforward. It is, but it's not something to do on the go. It's a little bit of a complex transaction. Transferring Bitcoin or any other currency to your paper wallet is accomplished by the transfer of funds from your software wallet to the public address shown on your paper wallet. Alternatively, if you would want to withdraw or spend currency, all you need is transfer the funds from your paper wallet to your software wallet. This process, often refers to as sweeping, can either be done manually by entering the private keys or by scanning a QR code on your paper wallet. Again, it really depends on how much security you want, how many steps you want, how computer literate you are, how adjustable you are. Now, wallets are secured to varying degrees. The level of security depends on the type of wallet you use and the service provider. A web server is intrinsically riskier environment to keep your currency compared to offline. Online wallets can expose users to possible vulnerabilities in the wallet platform, which can be exploited by hackers to steal your funds. Offline wallets, on the other hand, cannot be hacked because they simply aren't connected to an online network and they don't rely on third party for security. Now, let's talk a little bit about what the difference is between, or when I describe the wallets, you didn't once hear me talk about storing your money on an exchange. Now, later this week we have a whole class on exchanges, and you have to understand an exchange is where you go to buy and sell Bitcoins. Now, a lot of exchanges like Coinbase have a digital wallet available. The fact is, exchanges are where all of the, like Mt. Gov was an exchange. Okay, you lose a lot of security by storing your money at an exchange. In other words, if you went to a currency conversion place, or a money transfer place, okay, someplace they offer the online money transfer, okay, and you let your money accumulate there. Say you have 5 different people sending you money, and you let your money accumulate there. It's not your bank account. It's not your savings account, even though they have it under your name, and they're controlling it. When you move it to a wallet's only business should be storing your funds. Okay, and by doing this, you're moving out of an exchange. An exchange is where you move your money into to convert it or to trade it, and then you move it back out to your wallet to secure it. So just imagine the exchange as being a The exchange is like the currency exchange place or the hotel desk in your building where they'll trade it, but you're not going to give them your money to store for you. You want to take it back out and put it in your own wallet or put it in a safe deposit box, because it just opens up too many vulnerabilities. Although online wallets have proven the most vulnerable and prone to hacking attacks, diligent security precautions need to be implemented and followed when using any wallet. Remember that no matter which wallet you use, losing your private keys will lead you to lose your money. Similarly, if your wallet gets hacked and you send money to a scammer, there are no ways to reclaim your lost currency or reverse the transaction. Okay. Now, if you send money to a scammer, that's your own problem. That's no different than a telemarketer calling you on the phone and you giving them your credit card number. Okay. If you're using an online wallet, okay, I don't write down my key. First of all, keys are very long. I don't send my keys to anybody. A lot of wallets will allow you to request from somebody a payment without actually displaying your key. Okay. But the person that's sending you a payment through Bitcoin or cryptocurrency has to have your wallet address. But that doesn't give them access to your actual wallet, because they still need a username and password to actually get into your wallet to take the funds out, because they can send money in, but they can't take money out. So in other words, anybody can wire transfer money into your bank account when you give them your account details, but they can't take money out of your bank account. So now, if you're going to use any but the online account, you should always back up your wallet. Store only small amounts of currency for everyday use online on your computer or mobile, keeping the vast majority of your funds in a high security environment. Cold or offline storage options for backup like Nano or paper or USB will protect you against computer failures and allow you to recover your wallet should it be lost or stolen. It will not, however, protect you against eager hackers. The reality is, if you choose to use an online wallet, there are inherent risks that can't always be protected against. And because it's not regulated and they're not insured, now the only one I know out there that's telling you that every bit of funds in their wallet and their exchange are insured is Coinbase. And they make a big deal about telling you everything with them is fully insured. Okay. So if you want to find a fully insured place, look at Coinbase. And we're going to take a look at Coinbase in a second. Keep your software up to date so that you have the latest security enhancements available. You should regularly update not only your wallet software, but also the software on your computer or your mobile device. Right now, I'm sure there's been some hacking events, but I don't know of any. I feel very safe and secure with my Bitcoins in my specific wallets. I only use the larger ones, the well-known ones, that helps me know that I'm staying ahead. But I don't know of any case of hacking a wallet. I know a lot of hackers of hacking exchanges. But the more layers of security, the better. Setting long and complex passwords or ensuring any withdrawal of accounts requires a password. Use wallets that have good reputation and provide extra layers of security, like two-factor authentication, and additional PIN codes requirements every time a wallet application gets open. Like for instance, there's a wallet called Bitcoin Wallet, and Bitcoin Wallet, when I log in, sends me a PIN number right away, and I have to enter that PIN number within so many seconds, and it's sent to the mobile device on record. Otherwise, I can't even access the balance. Okay, somebody asked me, can you have a paper or hardware wallet at the same time? Or if you have a paper wallet and one can't have you can have as many wallets you want and as many different kinds of, but you can only store you can't multi-store a Bitcoin. It's just like having a bank account. You can have 5 different bank accounts in 5 different banks. Okay. But you can't store your $10 in 5 different banks. So you're not building different layers of security. But you can say keep 90% of your Bitcoin in a paper wallet, or 80% and 20% in a hardware wallet, and 2% online. But you have to break up the coins. You can't layer them on top of each other. But there's no cost for the wallet, so you can move the money from wallet to wallet to wallet. So you could also want to consider wallets that offer multi-signature transactions like Armory or Copay. A multi-sig or multi-signature wallet requires the permission of another user or users before a transaction can be made. So again, a lot of this offers a lot of stuff, but it really depends on how many coins you're stealing, what the value is, and what you're ultimately, like, I don't pay for anything with Bitcoins. I don't go shopping with the Bitcoins. I don't want them. Some wallets that have them attached, like WireX app has it attached to debit cards, and within your wallet you can move money onto your debit card and then use your debit card anywhere. I don't particularly want that. Okay, so I don't look for a wallet that has that. So you want to look for a wallet that provides you the services that you're looking for. Multi-currency or single use. Although Bitcoin is by far the most well-known and popular digital currency, hundreds of new cryptocurrency, referred to as altcoins, have emerged, each with distinctive ecosystems infrastructures. If you're interested in using a variety of cryptocurrencies, the good news is you don't need to set up separate wallets for each currency, but you have to look for a wallet that will store multiple currencies. Not all of them do. A lot will just store Ethereum and Bitcoin. Instead of using a cryptocurrency to support wallet that supports a single currency, it may be more convenient to set up a multi-currency wallet that enables you to use several currencies from the same wallet. Now, if you're trading or you want to get involved in all of these new tokens and altcoins, your wallet choices may be limited because they may not be attached to that. So you may have to search for wallets that will take those currencies. If you're dealing with Bitcoin, almost every wallet takes Bitcoin. Today, Ethereum, the same thing. But it's just like in my bank, I have a dollar account, I have a euro account, I have a pound account, but I don't have a Japanese yen account because I don't use Japanese yen. Okay. Now, the other question is, and I keep saying there are no fees. This is not a straightforward answer because in general, transaction fees are a tiny fraction of a traditional bank fee. Sometimes fees need to be paid for certain types of transactions to network miners as a processing fee, while some transactions don't have fees at all. It's also possible to set your own fee. As a guide, the median transaction size is 226 bits, would result in the fee of 18,008, whatever satoshis, or 0.012 cents. Because a lot of these wallets, every transaction has a cost. Okay. Now, if you're going to start using your wallet to go shopping continuously and pay for everything that you can pay for, and you're buying a coffee, every place that offers will accept Bitcoin, and you're trying to buy coffee with your Bitcoin and pay, a tenth of a Bitcoin over here and it becomes cumbersome, and somebody has to fund all these transactions. Okay. So again, you have to find a wallet, because if you have a wallet that's designed to handle, some of the wallets won't handle, they set a minimum size transaction, and you have to transfer your money out of your wallet to a different wallet to then do all of those transactions. Wallets are synonymous. While wallets aren't tied to the actual identity of a user, all transactions are stored publicly and permanently on a blockchain. Your name and personal street address won't be there, but the data, like your wallet address, could be traced to your identity in many ways. While there are efforts underway to make anonymity and privacy easier to achieve, there are obviously downsides to full anonymity. Okay. Now, the fact is, I have tried a lot of wallets. I've tried a lot of services. First of all, if you don't have Bitcoin, you need to buy them. You need to buy them through an exchange. Well, unless you're going to go find somebody who will take it in cash, which there are exchanges that will show you your local providers, and you can go find somebody and buy it in cash or go to an ATM machine. Okay, well then it's in an exchange. Then you need to get it in your wallet. Okay, well that's fine. If you get it with cash or through an ATM, or somebody's just sending you Bitcoin, you haven't put in any of your personal identification. But the fact is, unless I want to spend Bitcoin, and you can't really go spend Bitcoin in a store. In most cases, you do it online. So they got to have a transaction address, an address to send the goods to, or who to deliver the goods to. And lastly, most of the time, you need to go back through an exchange and start moving through an exchange. If you ever want to get out in a usable dollar, you have to put in identity. You can't put it in your PayPal account. You can't move it off and on a credit card, and you can't move it to a bank account without identification. So anonymity is going away very quickly, except for those who are looking very hard for specific anonymities. Now, which cryptocurrency wallet is the best? There's an ever-growing list of options. Before picking a wallet, you should, however, consider how you intend to use it. Do you need a wallet for everyday purchases or just buying and holding digital currency as an investment? Do you plan to use several currencies or one single currency? Do you require access to your digital wallet from anywhere or only from home? Take some time to assess your choices and then choose the most suitable wallet. Now, one of the best and most well-known out there is blockchain wallet, and that's just what it's called. Blockchain is one of the most renowned wallets used for Bitcoin storage. It's the leading digital asset platform in the world. It keeps track of the blocks and ordered records with a timestamp. Here, every new block holds a connection to the older block, and it does not allow any alteration of data presented in the database. It is purely based on peer-to-peer technology and is most secure in nature. Almost 100 million transactions are being performed with this type of wallet all over the world. It is a popular site for checking and performing Bitcoin transactions. It offers multi-country and cross-platform support and also offers an ease of usage. In addition, it is also used as a mobile or desktop application. So it is one of the world's leading, and it was started by the guy who started Bitcoin. And I can't say his name, Satoshi Nakamoto. Okay. And you can go to www.blockchain. I've got no association with them. And set up your wallet. They got 12 million plus wallets in over 140 countries. Now, some of the best features: simplicity, security and safety, 24/7 support, cross-platform, sophistication, global utility. And then there's Coinbase. Coinbase is what I mentioned before. It is, first of all, it is a regulated provider in the U.S., and they also are the ones that advertise fully insured. So Coinbase also functions as an exchange and has Ethereum as well as Bitcoin, and it should be one that you look at. But there are a billion choices out there. So both blockchain and Coinbase wallets are having different advantages and disadvantages. But when compared to blockchain, and Coinbase is the most recommended wallet for Bitcoin storage. The reason is that Coinbase got the first rank while blockchain got the second is based on the below merit. Coinbase users can buy and sell. In other words, it's an exchange also. Whereas blockchain users do not have the option of trading Bitcoin. Merchant services are available with Coinbase, but not with blockchain. The bank account linked to Coinbase, but is not possible on blockchain. Private key control is available with blockchain. And the Coinbase users can make payments via email addresses, where blockchain users are not having the authority to pay via email. So there are many choices. But if you want to buy currency and need to buy it fast and easily, you want to get into the blockchain revolution, once you have your wallet set up, one of the nicest places to go is to buy cryptocurrency now, where you simply enter your address of your wallet and the amount of Bitcoin you want to buy, and you'll see the purchase price, and then you just click on purchase, put your credit card number in, and the funds are deposited right into your blockchain address, with your blockchain wallet, within minutes. So you don't actually have to set up an exchange, and you don't have to deal with an exchange. It's 1, 2, 3. So you find that at www.buynow-crypto.com. So it's www.buynowcrypto.com, where you can buy with debit and credit cards safely and quickly. So that wraps us up. Remember, we talked about fees and services. You want to keep an eye on them and always check. But that wraps us up for tonight. So thank you very much for joining us. And we'll have our class on, I believe, on exchanges is on Friday. So thank you very much, You can see a recorded version of this by tomorrow, and you'll also get an email with the links to all the classes that we're giving under cryptocurrency. Have a good night now. Thank you for joining us. Bye.